Hello there everybody, Sabata92 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. In the last episode, Best Girl finally arrived and I finally got my wish of seeing Moeka again. Much to the confusion of, from what I understand, some people. Which is okay. That's okay. Everybody's got their own tastes. I just happen to like a girl that can kill you. All the tension suddenly drained from my body as I sank into the sofa.
おじさん、本当に大丈夫?
Oh, no, I'm fine. It's just that girl happened to kill one of my friends multiple times in different timelines. It's fine.
大丈夫だ。少し緊張しただけだから。
A little? It was a little late, but I took some anxiety meds out of my pocket and swallowed them.
おじさん、さっきの桐生萌香って人のこと知ってたんだね。
You could say that I knew her quite a bit, honestly. Yeah. She could tell?
マジで? オカリンいつの間に?
どうしてそう思ったんだ?
見ていればわかるよ。
I guess you have to be pretty sharp to survive on the battlefield.
いや、知らない人だ。
And you're not even gonna be honest and tell them, okay.
アルファ世界線では知ってた？わかった。これ以上は聞かないけど、私なりに警戒はしておくよ。
それでいい。今はな。
Alright.
一体何のこと?
緊張したっていうことさ。
わかるわ。桐生氏は美人で巨乳でスタイル抜群でメガネ属性まで持ってるもんな。しょうがない。
Dude, looks aren't everything.
そうだな。
If she was a part of my life now, I would just have to use her as best as I could. Maybe it was because she was gone now, or maybe it was because of the anxiety meds, but I'd calmed down enough to start thinking that way. Of course, who knew if I'd feel the same way the next time I saw her, face to face. As long as you don't freak out, I think we're fine. Oh, and now we're back to Maho. The Japanese office of the Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization in Waco City, Saitama. Yaja Maho had tried her best to hold back a yawn, but in the end, she'd given up and opened her mouth so wide it covered well over half her face. And that was adorable. One reason was that she'd gotten caught up in talking to Kurisu last night, and only ended the conversation after it was late into the night. At first, they'd been discussing the research and experiments and she'd been doing, but at some point she'd gotten sidetracked into talking about Okabe Rentaro. Evidently, he'd been ignoring calls from Kurisu for the last few days. Kurisu was much madder at him than she was when he ignored her the first 8 times. It was the first sign of femininity that she'd ever seen from Makise Kurisu. It was cute enough that Maho couldn't help but take the chance to get back at her for all the teasing she always did. She'd ended up staying up a lot later than she'd intended. And since she was too energized to sleep by that point, she'd gotten out at Kurisu's old laptop. She'd started to fiddle with it to see if there was some way to crack the password, and the next thing she knew, it was morning.
パスワードね。やっぱりプロにでも頼んだ方がいいのかしら。
何の話だい？
Uh-oh. Crap. She suddenly heard a voice behind her and almost jumped out of her chair.
そんなに驚くことないじゃないか。
教授、戻ってたんですか？
ついさっきね。
Hey, evil professor. He raised up his hands and showed her some plastic bags from a nearby convenience store. He'd left to go get lunch just 10 minutes ago, and she'd been sure he wouldn't be back for a while.
それにしても、日本のコンビニは食べ物の種類がいっぱいで本当に素晴らしいね。
I've never been to Japan, but yeah.
毎日違う弁当を食べても、1週間もすればすぐに新しい弁当が出る。しかも、店によっても味が違うから、毎日コンビニでも飽きないよ。
コンビニのお弁当ばかり食べていると栄養偏りますよ。
ははは。それでもアメリカの食事に比べればかなりヘルシーだよ。
Yeah, most American food is just fast food, and you're better off just eating homemade food.
第一、食事についてのお説教だけは魔法には言われたくないね。
He was right. Nutrition wasn't an important consideration for Maho. In fact, she ate mostly cereal and meal replacement shakes, which made her diet very unhealthy.
ところで、何をプロに頼むって？
あれはなんでもないです。なんでも。
It wouldn't bother her if Alexis found out. But for some reason, she suddenly decided not to tell him. Good.
そうかい？私でできることなら力になるよ。
ありがとうございます。その時はお願いします。
She stood up and headed for the door.
魔法、どこへ行くんだい？
気分転換も兼ねて秋葉原に行こうかと。
気分転換で行くにしては随分遠いね。ウィンターローに会いに行くと素直に言えば許可しよう。
そんなんじゃ。
違うのかい？
ついでに会いに行ってもいいですけど。
Okabe had a laboratory in Akihabara. Kurisu had told her that last night. She'd said something about how he'd been avoiding it for a long time and only recently started going there again. Ma was a little interested in it, too.
いいですけど違いますからね。そういうのじゃないですからね。
Aka.
私はまだ何も言ってないよ。
というわけで、今日は研究は休みます。
ウィンターローによろしく。
First, Kurisu, and now the professor. Why did they keep trying to make everything about romance?
っていうか、ああいうのもセクハラよね。今の世の中じゃ。
Kind of, yeah. For one thing, she wasn't going to Okabe's lab just to visit him. She wanted to see him again and see if she could get any hints about the password. He had said he didn't know, but he'd probably be able to come up with more than she could on her own. That was what she'd thought after seeing how he interacted with Amadeus. You could call it a woman's intuition. She was thinking about that when she changed trains and got off at Akihabara Station. Ugh. I had a very long workday, so I'm not 100% right now. K books? Where's the B books? She felt like someone was watching her and spun around. It was a weekday, but the station was crowded. She looked around at all the people, but none of them seemed to be paying her much attention.
気のせいよね。
She whispered to no one in particular as she started to walk again. Kurisu had told her the location of the future gadget lab. She wasn't that familiar with the layout of Akihabara, but if she needed to, she could ask her for directions. But what if she came in unannounced and Okabe wasn't there? That bothered her a little, but she decided she could just leave if that happened. Her eyes lingered on the junk parts lined up in the bins at the shops as she walked when... she felt someone looking at her again. But when she turned around, she still didn't see anyone. She started walking again, then went around a corner into an alley. And then she was sure of it. Footsteps. She could hear them behind her. Of course, that was nothing special. She would often be out walking at night and hear footsteps behind her. She'd speed up her pace only to see an irritated man walk past a moment later. But this time, for some reason, she was sure it wasn't that. She decided to try walking faster, and found the footsteps went faster too. When she went slower, so did they. Oh dear. Whenever she saw a scene like this in a movie, she imagined that she'd just kick the guy in the face. Now that it was actually happening, she was too scared to turn around. She fumbled for the phone in her pocket. The idea of calling the police never occurred to her. The only thing she thought of was the name of the man she was trying to meet. She picked it out of her call history and pressed the button with trembling fingers. Come on, man. Footsteps overlapped with the sound of the ringing. The footsteps were almost on top of her. Just when she couldn't take it anymore and was about to start running... she heard a voice coming from the other side of the phone. Shit! But she didn't get to say another word. By the time she'd realized that someone had grabbed her from behind, the phone had already slipped from her hands. Damn it! I asked Kiryu Moeka as I took the papers she offered me silently. She'd contacted Daru just 10 minutes ago and told him she was on her way to the lab. And she'd arrived right at the time she said she would. I got my wish, I got more Moeka. She must have been very close when she'd contacted him. What was she going to do if no one was here? Evidently, it was a report about her investigation thus far. The stack of papers was shaking a little in my hands. I still felt some unease when Moeka was in my presence. How so? Maybe it was just because of the anxiety meds I'd taken right after she'd said she was coming, but I was still doing a lot better than yesterday. Oh cool, we get a CG with her. She must have been expecting something, at least a little. There was an obvious tone of disappointment in her voice. With no way to answer her, I just silently flipped through the pages of the report. I handed the report over to Suzuha without complaint. I pointed to the part that interested me with my finger. Oh, interesting. Which meant... oh, my phone started ringing before I could finish the thought. Normally I just ignore her and call her back later, but... for some reason I had to answer. That's what it felt like. She sounded on the verge of panic and my voice naturally rose to match hers.
ヒアジョさん。
今あなたのラボのすぐ近くまで。
Immediately afterward, I heard what sounded like a struggle and then something hitting something else.
ヒアジョさん、ヒアジョさん、どうした？
And then there was only silence.
オカリン、何かあったん？
From the tone of her voice, it was obvious something bad had happened.
知り合いが誰かに襲われてる。
マジ？知り合いって誰？
But I didn't stay to answer his question. I grabbed the nearest thing that could serve as a weapon and ran out of the lab. We could use Moeka's help here. She said she was close to the lab. If she was coming from the station and had chosen a route that not many people would go down, she was probably the alley directly in front of the lab. I saw someone there. They were tall and slender, and I could see a tiny silhouette struggling behind them. That was... I knew it. The only girl I knew that size was Maho. Wait, what the hell? Someone had grabbed her and she was trying desperately to escape.
ヒアジョさん。
The person who was holding her turned in surprise at my voice.
女？
Huh? It was only then that I realized it was a woman, and that she wasn't Japanese.
岡部さん。
おい！ヒアジョさんを離せ。
I feel like we've come to a misunderstanding here, possibly. Did she not understand me? No, but she should have been able to guess what I was getting at.
その子を離せ。
I tried to strike a threatening pose with the weapon in my hand. Really? I finally realized that what I brought was the Sealum Saber. Still, it would serve as a bluff.
もう一度言うぞ。その子を。
違うの、岡部さん。
Damn it. I had a feeling it was a misunderstanding. Damn it! It wasn't? It wasn't like... What? Oh god, it's you! The woman let go of Maho and smiled. She walked towards me with her arms open wide.
Are you Maho's boyfriend?
Nice English.
はあ？
Before I could ask what was going on, she'd wrapped her hands around my back and given me a firm hug.
だから違うって言ってるのに。
I had no idea what the hell was going on, but the two soft objects pressed into my chest kept me from moving. Oh god.
それじゃあ、この人はヒアジョさんの知り合いなのか？
I got worried for nothing!
ごめんなさい。私が早とちりしたせいで。
No, wait a minute, I'm still worried. You're evil!
I'm Judy. Judy Reyes. Pleasure meeting you, Mr. Okabe.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing at the English right now. A woman named Judy Reyes offered me her hand, her broad smile like the sun itself.
Nice to meet you.
Good job, Okabe.
日本語でいいわよ。
え、教授って日本語喋れたんですか？
ええ、実はね。
知らなかった。でもどうして？
女も私くらいの年になるといろいろあるのよ。
Her mischievous wink looked pretty good on her.
それじゃあ改めて、ジュディ・レイエスよ。よろしくね。
I returned her handshake.
岡部倫太郎です。
レイエス教授は今度日本で開かれる AI 関係の学会に出席するために来日したんですって。
教授っていうことはビクトル・コンブリア大学の、
サイコフィシオロジーを研究してるわ。
サイコフィ
精神生理学のことよ。つまり 脳の活動によってもたらされる心の働きとか心の病気なんかについての研究をされているの。そういう意味では私たちの研究よりもずっと人の役に立つ研究をされていると言っていいかもしれないわね。
そんなことないわ。あなたたちのアマデウスだってこれからの発展次第では十分に役に立つ技術になるわよ。
そう言っていただけると嬉しいです。
In short, Dr. Reyes had happened to see Maho on the streets of Akihabara and decided to surprise her by grabbing her from behind.
でもレイエス教授も人が悪いですよ。駅からつけてくるなんて。
つける？魔法？私が？
ええ、後ろをついてきてましたよね、ずっと。
そんなことしてないわ。私はさっきそこのショップでたまたま魔法を見つけたからちょっと驚かそうと思っただけよ。
Maho had only just relaxed when Dr. Reyes' answer drained her face of its color.
ヒアジョーさん、つけられていたのか？
Uh-oh.
ええ、確かにそう感じたんだけど。
レイエス教授、誰か怪しい人物を見かけたりは？
Dr. Reyes denied it with that unique shrug that foreigners always do. I looked back over the alley, but of course I didn't see anyone.
じゃあ私の勘違いだったのかしら。
きっとそうだわ。だって日本は世界一治安のいい国でしょ。
Is it though? I'm not entirely sure of other countries, honestly. I should probably stay out of that. Was it?
魔法はこの後どうするの？
私は
Reyes seemed to sense something in Maho's silence.
なるほど、そういうこと。それじゃあ私は行くわね。リンタルもそのうちゆっくり話しましょう。バイ。
She gave me a meaningful wink as she left. The station was in the opposite direction. Should I have said something? I got a strange sense that she was feeling me out, but it seemed like a waste of time to resist.
というわけで、彼女がヒアジョーさんだ。ほら、前にセミナーで会ったって話したことがあっただろ。
お騒がせしてごめんなさい。
I ended up taking Maho back to the lab, where everyone was waiting for my return. Suza had actually gone out once to look for me, but evidently by that time I was already gone.
でも何事もなくてよかった。
After I gave an introduction and an explanation, everyone let out a sigh of relief. Maho seemed to want to ask a lot of questions about the lab, but I had something I had to finish first.
すまん。どこまで話したんだったか？
他にもカガリタンを探してる人間がいるって話。
そう、それだ。それは本当なんですか？桐生さん。
本当。
Okay. I looked back down at Moeka's report, where she'd written all the details. She'd even hired a private investigator to check it out. Damn, she's thorough. Which meant that it was probably true.
それが鈴葉という可能性はないんだろうか。
それは私も考えた。でも探していたのは男の人。中には外国人も。
Russians? Foreigners? Why would they be looking for Kagari?
こっちでかがりと関わりがあるのは私だけだ。それなのに一体誰が？
Could it be CERN? Maybe CERN realized that she was from the future and had gone looking for her? But if that was the case, then Moeka would have to know about it. No, the Rounders were all given their orders individually, so it would make sense if she didn't know what the others were up to.
椎名かがりはこっちに来てもう12年にもなる。その間 知り合いができたとしてもおかしいことじゃないな。
つうか、むしろ誰かの世話にならないと生きていけないっしょ。
That's true.
つまりこの報告からわかるのは、椎名かがりを知る何者かがここ最近何らかの理由から彼女を探しているということと、少なくとも最近まで椎名かがりは生きていたっていうことだ。
あ、そっか。
Unless they could travel through time like Suzuha, if they were looking for her, that meant they'd know where she was until she disappeared. If people had started looking for her in the last few months, that meant she'd been alive until then. There was nothing else to be learned from Uega's report.
引き続き調査をお願いできますか？
If people were looking for Kagari in Akihabara, that meant that she might still be here.
分かった。
Moeka took her payment for the work she'd done so far and left the lab. Bye! Daru had paid the bill. It seemed that when his future daughter was at stake, he was willing to spend money. Aww.
人を探しているの？
Mao had been looking around the lab with interest.
ああ、ちょっと知人をな。
Oh! It worried me that some of the people looking for Shina Kagari weren't Japanese. And who texted me?
Hey Okarin, what time are you getting home today?
Something going on? I shouldn't be that late. I won't be coming home tonight. What's going on? Huh? Something going on?
I met your mom and she asked me to cook tonight.
What?
She has to go to a meeting for the shopping street and she wasn't sure what to do for dinner. So Mayushi said she'd do the cooking and she said that was okay.
Are you sure? You're busy too, aren't you, Mayuri? You don't have to do it.
It's fine, I'll make something good. Come home soon.
I see. Really? Seriously?
I'll be waiting.
Oh my god. Danger! Seriously? Oh my god. Even outside of CERN, there were people all over the world who would jump at the chance to learn more about the time machine. If they somehow learned that Kagari was from the future, and that meant that she was caught up in some kind of trouble.
それじゃオカリン、そろそろ冷や上司のことを詳しく。
The what? The fuck is that? A net slang shortening of kurashiku, or give me details. Used when you want more information about something. Okay, I did not know this.
詳しくって言われても前に説明したぞ。
She was Dr. Alexa's assistant, and both she and the professor had been very good to me. I was helping with their work a little. I'd told them all this before.
例えば、冷や上司がこのラボのメンバーに加わってくれる的な超展開はありますか?
In a game, anime, novel, or etc. refers to something that happens which completely ignores the plot and foreshadowing that occurred up until then. The super development instead takes the story in a completely new direction, similar to the phrase Deus Ex Machina. These completely unexpected plot developments leave viewers bewildered and struggling to keep up. I don't know.
ないだろ。
じゃあせめて魔法炭と呼んでもいいですか? つうか呼ぶ!
Okay.
魔法炭？
It's a nickname, don't worry, we all got nicknames.
あれ? 名前間違ってた?
そうじゃなくて、その変な呼び方に引っかかったの。
でも魔法炭は魔法炭って感じじゃん。なあオカリン。
俺に振るな。
とにかくその呼び方はやめて。
だが断る。
He never changes, does he?
それでヒアジョンさん、今日はどうしてラボに？俺、ここのことは君に話したかな？
アマデウスに教えてもらったわ。今日は本来は話したいことがあったのだけれど、まあいいわ。噂のラボを見ることができたし、それに なんだかあなたたちも大変みたいだから。
ひょっとしてあいつ怒ってたか？
ええ、とても怒ってたわ。連絡しても出ないって。
That's exactly what I expected. Yeah.
え何それ何の話？
Oh yeah, they still don't know about Amadeus, do they?
別に浮いた話じゃないからいちいち反応するなって。
岡部さん、やっぱり辛いの？だったらテスターやめてもらっても。
あ、いや、そういうわけじゃないんだ。ただ
I hated how I was starting to feel dependent on her.
また気が向いた時にでも話してあげて。あの子も寂しがってるわ。
分かった。
The word lonely made my heart ache a little. But even so, I still didn't talk to Kurisu that day. Several days had passed since Moeka had given her report. I checked with last night, and evidently there was nothing new to say. She had her deadlines for her magazine, she said, and couldn't spend a lot of time on it. Oh, sure, then go ahead and take care of your magazine, man. That other group of people who were searching for Shina Kagori concerned me, but I couldn't ask her to prioritize it over her own work.
マユシーはとっても残念なのです。
ん？もしかしてクリスマスパーティーの話か？
楓さんと吹雪ちゃん、用ができちゃったって。
Oh, interesting. In this instance, the Christmas... Huh.
フェリスちゃんはお仕事で、ナエちゃんも店長さんと過ごすことになってて、
Huh.
ダルくんはユキさんと遊びに行くんだって。
結構なことじゃないか。
I'd heard that Suzuha had gone through a lot of work to set that up. She was always complaining that Daru wasn't making his intentions clear with Yuki. From Suzuha's perspective, her own existence was at stake. Even if it was already fated to happen, something still might interrupt it. More than anything, she probably wanted to see her mom and dad getting along in this peaceful world. If something came out of this, it would probably make her feel better.
マイレもクリスマスは家で過ごした方がいいんじゃないのか？この前、おじさんがケーキを予約してたぞ。
お父さんに会ったの？
家の近くでばったりな。マユリをびっくりさせるために大きいのを予約するんだって張り切ってた。
You just spoiled the surprise, you dingbat!
そっか。じゃあその方がいいね。
あ、言っとくが、今のは聞かなかったことにしてくれ。せっかくのおじさんのサプライズだからな。
Damn it, Okabe, you ruined the surprise!
分かったよ。でもオカリンはどうするの？クリスマス。
特に予定はないかな。うちはもともとそういうことする家でもないし。
Wait, seriously? The guys at school were having a men-only drinking party, but I hadn't been invited. No big deal, honestly. Drinking's overrated. I kept telling them she wasn't, but they insisted on thinking that Mayuri was my girlfriend. Some of them had it out for me because of that. Seriously?
確かサンタさんにプレゼントが欲しいって言ったら、朝枕元にお野菜が置いてあったんだよね。
What?
どう見ても前の日の売れ残りのな。クレームをつけたら、うちはキリスト教じゃねえって逆ギレされた。
You don't have to be Christian to enjoy Christmas! Honestly, I'm amazed I actually grew up alright. Well, if you could call how I ended up alright.
クリスマスが終わったらコミマがあって、そしたらもうお正月。1年あっという間だね。
そうだな。
hadn't flown by for me at all. I'd gone through the same span of days again and again. For me, the year had been unimaginably long.
そうだ。ねえオカリン、クリスマスパーティーはできないけど、お正月パーティーをするのはどうかな。
Ooh, that sounds like a good idea.
みんなで初詣に行って、それからおせち料理を食べて、今年もよろしくって言って。
Hmm, that sounds nice.
ああ、いいんじゃないか。
だよねだよね。うん。じゃあ後でみんなに聞いてみるね。
Mayuri stood up to go.
さてと、マユシーはこれからお買い物に行ってきます。
買い物？
うん。ふぶきちゃん用のコスでね、急に小物が必要になっちゃって。
そうか。気をつけて行ってこいよ。
そうだオカリン、ルカ君がね、オカリンに何か相談があるみたいなの。
Oh.
あ、
That's right, Lukako had called me. After that, Moeka had come and so much had happened that I'd forgotten. Knowing Lukako, since I told him I'd call him back, he'd probably been waiting for me this whole time.
わかった。こっちから連絡を取ってみる。
お願いね。じゃあ行ってきまーす。
Be careful! Mayuri put on her coat, waved, and went out the door. Alright, I should get in touch with Lukako. Right, phone.
ルカ子のやつ出ないな。
Hmm. Oh well. I'd have to send him a rhyme. I typed in my message and sent it. Sorry, I forgot all about yesterday. And then I waited for a while for a response to come back. There was no sign of him even reading the Rhine message. Was he busy with something? For a moment I thought of going to the shrine to see, but if he was busy, I didn't want to bother him. He'd contact me when he had time. Just when I was thinking about that, I heard footsteps coming up the stairs outside the lab. It didn't sound like Daru. Daru's steps were a lot heavier.
どうぞ。
こんにちは。
There you are.
ルカ子。
よかった。岡部さん、ここにいてくれて。
What's wrong? It was Lukako, the boy I'd just been trying to get a hold of.
すまない。この前の件すっかり忘れてたんだ。それでさっき電話したんだが。
え？あ、本当だ。ごめんなさい。僕の方こそ気づかなくて。
He looked guilty, as if he'd done something wrong.
いや、別にいいよ。それより寒いだろ。入ってくれ。
あ、はい。
But he hesitated, seemingly distracted by something behind him.
岡部さん、その相談の件なんですけど。
What's up?
実はその前に会ってもらいたい人がいて連れてきたんですけど、いいですか？
Sure.
会ってもらいたい人？
Lukako moved slightly to the side, and a girl appeared behind him.
はじめまして。
Hmm? What? Ah! Impossible. The girl there was...
クリス。
No! You're Kagari!
よろしくお願いします。
You gotta be Kagari. どうぞ。
どうぞ。
Right?
ありがとうございます。
I offered her a cup of tea I poured out of a plastic bottle, and she thanked me in a voice that was almost impossible to hear. For my part, it was all I could do to keep the hand holding the cup from trembling. I took another good look at the girl sitting across from me.
似てる。
Not like Lukako. The girl in front of me looked just like Makise Kurisu. Hi? Brown hair? Brown? Her slightly slanted eyes, her unconcerned expression. Right now, there was no sign of her strong-willed nature, but other than that, they were identical. When I'd first seen her, my heart felt like it was going to stop. But on closer inspection, some parts were different. Like the size of her breasts. Seriously? Was she about our age? She looked older than Lukako. I knew Lukako had a sister. Could this be her? She had a quiet air about her that seemed similar to Lukako. But I thought I remembered hearing that Lukako's sister was actually quite cheerful.
岡部さん。
いや、それでルカ子。
ルカ子？
ああ、失礼。俺はそう呼んでるんです。その女の子みたいだから。
I just realized that it was a pretty rude nickname. But it was a habit now, and there was no changing it.
そうなんですね。
Her expression softened just a little. She really did just look like her. I took a shallow breath and forced myself to relax.
で、ルカ子、この人は？
その前に話したことがありましたよね。お父さんのお客さんが泊まってるって。
This is her?
聞いたけど、それじゃもしかして彼女が？
はい。
That was a surprise.
ルカ子の父親の知り合いというから、てっきりもっと年配の人かと思っていた。
違うんです。正確に言うと、お父さんの知人が連れてこられた方で。
Oh.
おお。
Huh. So this wasn't the person who was talking about Harumi. That made me feel a little better.
それで相談というのはこの人についてなんですけど。
その前に名前を教えてもらってもいいかな。いつまでもこの人じゃ話しにくいだろ。
Her face clouded. Did I say something wrong?
実は相談というのはそのことなんです。この人が誰なのかを知るにはどうしたらいいでしょうか。
It took a moment before I understood what he said.
待ってくれ、ルカ子。それはどういう？
Wait, does she not even realize? Wait, does she not even remember who she is?
記憶喪失なんだそうです。
記憶喪失？
Huh.
はい。
それじゃあ名前も？
はい。
どこの誰かも？
はい。
どうして？
わかりません。
Oh boy. We should probably bring in Suzuha just so we can have a little bit of a confirmation here. Of course not. If she knew, she wouldn't have amnesia.
でもどうして俺に？
岡部さんなら記憶を取り戻すいい方法を知っているんじゃないかと思って。ほら、岡部さんよく人間の脳とか記憶とかすごく難しい話をたくさんしてたから。
Okay.
何でもいいんです。私が自分のことを取り戻せる方法があれば
待ってくれ。確かにそういう話はしていたが、それはただ興味があるだけで、専門的なことは何も。
I knew how the brain worked and how it was laid out. And I knew what amnesia was. But bringing back someone's memories was a different matter. Even the latest medical technology would be useless. Unless, of course, you had your memories stored on a system like Amadeus.
そうですか。
The girl was visibly disappointed.
だったら何か身元を調べることはできないでしょうか。カナさん、本当に辛そうで。
Kana? Is that what you're gonna call her?
カナさん？
仮の名前だからカナとルカさんのお父さんが名前がないと不便だからって。
Oh.
ずいぶん安直だな。
Not really. Was that okay?
いつまでも名乗る名前でないのだから、それくらいの方がいいと。
I couldn't tell if that was deep or not.
岡部さん、なんとかならないでしょうか。せめて名前だけでもわかれば。
Well, can't we just hook her up to can we not just create an Amadeus out of her? Possibly.
なんとか力になってはやりたいが、やっぱり更新所なんかに頼んだ方がいいんじゃないのか。
更新所、探偵さんみたいなものですか？
ああ、でもそれだって何か手がかりのようなものがないと厳しいだろう。財布とかカバンとか持ってなかったのか？
そういったものは何も。
何も？別に大したものじゃなくてもいい。一つくらいありそうなものだけども。
You have a Nupa?
一つだけ。ただこれが手がかりになるのかどうかは。
She slowly took out a handkerchief, as if it was something that was very important to her. Whatever was inside must have been the one thing she was carrying.
見せてもらっても。
はい。あれ、もしかしてお客さんかな？
Oh! Oh dear! Almost at the exact same time Kana opened the handkerchief, I heard Mayuri's soft voice from the front hall. Evidently, she was back from shopping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Suza was behind her, too. That was a rare combination. Had they run into each other on the way?
あ、まゆりちゃん。ああ、ルカくん。ルカ兄さん、そちらの人は？うちに泊まっているお客さんで。
How do you not recognize Kaguri? Kana bowed her head a little. For some reason, Mayuri gave a happy little sigh as she looked at the handkerchief in Kana's hands.
それ、ルーパですよね。
Called it! Inside of the white handkerchief was a faded Upa keychain.
好きなんですか？まゆしーもね、ルーパのこと大好きなのです。
もしかして手がかりというのはそれか？
It was an old Upa keychain. Was that really a clue?
でも、このウーパ、いつ頃のものかな？ずいぶん古いみたいだけど。
It really did, come to think of it. Upa was a character from the Rainet Kakeru anime. Upa products had only been around for a few years now. But the one I was looking at was very old.
これ、もともとは緑色だったんじゃないかな。だってこれ、森の妖精さんバージョンだもん。
森の妖精さん？
この前やってた映画に出てきたんだ。ほら、まゆしーも持ってるんだけど、ここ このところのデザインがちょっとだけ違うの。
I couldn't see any difference at all.
このキーホルダーね、なかなか売ってなくてずーっと探してたんだ。そしたらこの前ルカ君が見つけて買ってきてくれたのね。たまたまお店を覗いたら売ってたから。
しかし妙だな。この前の映画のグッズなら発売してすぐのはずだ。こんなに古くは。
Are you okay? Only then did I realize how pale Kana's face was. Oh dear.
大丈夫ですか、カナさん。
具合が悪いのか？
大丈夫。
Oh shit. Kana tried to stand up and almost fell forward. Lugako quickly grabbed her.
そうだ。何か冷たいものを。
I went to go get a bottle of water out of the fridge when I noticed that Suzuha was staring at Kana in shock.
鈴葉？
そう。
Kagari. Strangely, Kana wasn't the only one who was shaking a little. Suzuha was too.
嘘。それ、そのウーパー。
どうしたんだ、鈴葉？
私は知ってる。そのウーパー、それ。
おい、鈴葉。
Kana staggered a few steps towards Suzuha, and then a few steps more. It couldn't be. No. There was just no way. But
もしかして、お前。かがり。
What?
お前はかがり。
Oh
シー
dear.
ナかがりなのか。
Kana's eyes went wide. And she slowly collapsed to the floor. Oops. Oh! The orbital eclipse. Well, that seems like a pretty good place for me to go ahead and end it as we start a new segment, the orbital eclipse. Well, I gotta hand it to Steins Gate. At least you got some clever titles. I had no idea. That's a pretty interesting title, actually. I'd record a little bit longer, but let's just say I've had a very long day. So I'll try to make up with that with an extra upload I got planned if I can get it up, at the right time. Hopefully. I make no promises, but I can try. Anyway, it'll probably show up a little bit shortly after this one anyway. Well, this one starts off a little bit better. Besides getting to see more Moeka, we actually have Kagari and Suzuha not trying to kill each other at this point. Well, that's some good news. Huh. I thought it was going to be significantly more serious or that something was wrong with Lugako, but thank goodness it wasn't that bad. No, it's just, congrats, we found Kagari. Woo, there she is. Okay. Well, it's funny how little things change and then you get to see, just how different everything turns out just because of small little changes. I like that. Wonder how this little thing is gonna turn out, though. Are we gonna have Kagari more on our side this time? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't seem like she's acting with the whole amnesia thing. I don't think she's probably acting. Not entirely sure. But so far I'm currently kind of liking how this story is slowly turning out in comparison to the last one, which was much more depressing. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end it. And I got nothing witty to say. Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that Nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.